Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Zero Network. I am Dan Webb here, and I am looking today at the Xbox One S, which launched this week across the globe for the most part. Basically, Microsoft have created a new Xbox One. It is smaller than the previous Xbox One, and it's actually more powerful, slightly. So we thought we'd put it to the test for a series of experiments, from load times to install times and stuff like that. Here are our results. So first things first, we thought we would test the startup speed, obviously because that's what you're going to do first. As you can see on our graphics here, we have the Xbox One in the top left, we have the Xbox One S in the top right, and then we have the speeds of each boot up speed, startup speed, whatever you want to call it, below those. To the left we have all the actual specs of the Xbox One and the Xbox One S, and as you can see, same CPU, same RAM, but the GPU and its performance is slightly better. And I say slightly, it's 7% better, but as we're about to see from the two timers for the boot up speed, time-wise, that is a little bit off. Spoiler, the Xbox One console, the original, takes 57 seconds to boot up, while the Xbox One S took 47. That's 21% quicker time-wise. So when you work it out, that's a lot of time saved. That's from a hard reboot with two clean consoles. So there you have it. The Xbox One S is quite a bit quicker. In our second test, we decided to test the install times, and unsurprisingly, they are exactly the same. As you can see here, they're keeping neck and neck with each other. But because the hard drive and the write speed is still the same, that really doesn't come as much of a surprise. Next up, we decided to test the load times, and this is where the Xbox One S comes into its own. First things first, we decided to choose The Witcher 3 because, let's be honest, the load times in that game are actually quite ridiculous. I mean, this is case in point here. This is one of the earliest load points we can do. We did all the cutscenes, we then pressed pause, we saved it, and then booted it up, loaded it up. And then this is the result. As you can see, 25.76 seconds for the Xbox One S and 32.13 for the Xbox One. That is 24.7% quicker. So even though the GPU might only be 7% quicker, I mean, you're seeing different percentages in terms of load times. Now, this is another example of the load times. We did it many times, and we got many different results. No two results were exactly the same. This one is a little bit closer, but not that much. As you can see here, 25.96 for the Xbox One S, and for the Xbox One, 31.3. That is 20.57% quicker, so the Xbox One S will save you a lot of time. And last but by no means least, we decided to check the performance on the Xbox One S versus the Xbox One. Reports were coming out on the internet this week that it was it actually made some games perform slightly better. So what do? We took the worst performing game in recent memories and we decided to put it to the test. So as you can see, we've got Homefront: The Revolution here on the Xbox One in the top left, Homefront Revolution on the Xbox One S in the top right. And anybody who's played this game will know that these scenes are a little bit choppy, to say the least. Unfortunately or fortunately, the results are inconclusive. There wasn't really that much of a difference between the two games. Of course, Dambuster Studios in the last few months have looked to kind of fix the game somewhat, but still it's not perfect. As you can see here, there's no discernible difference between the two. So while load times and actual kind of computing power, the Xbox One S seems to be a fair bit quicker than the Xbox One, saving you quite a bit of time there. From a performance perspective, there isn't that much of a difference that we could tell when we're testing various games. Obviously this, The Witcher 3, so don't expect the Xbox One S to work miracles from a frame rate perspective. The Xbox One S is not going to fix any tech issues that happen in a game. As you can see in Homefront here, they're still a little bit choppy when it comes to frame rate, although it's better than it was at launch, and it still hangs when it autosaves. despite the difference between the two consoles in terms of the GPU, there isn't that much of a notable difference when it comes to performance. So yeah, that is the Xbox One S versus the Xbox One. As you can see across the video, the Xbox One S is slightly quicker when it comes to load times and that sort of thing. So is it worth the money? Well, tune in tomorrow and we'll give you our little review of it and tell you whether you should go out and buy it. Until then, folks, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.